view. We're taking the support of HTML and CSS. So that is for designing purpose. Now, coding, if we take, yes. So we can implement logics. So in this coding phase, we can implement the logics, business logics we can implement. Okay. Yeah. So this website coding, we have two types. One is client-side coding. Next one, server-side coding. Yes. So in website development point of view, to implement the logics, we have two types of scriptings. First one is client-side script. Second one is server-side script. Okay. So react.js is the client-side script. Okay. Yeah. Got it. react.js is the client-side script. So why we are calling it as client-side script? The reason it executes in the client system. Okay. Yes. So here the script executes in clients system. Client means here the person who is accessing the application. For example, you are accessing Facebook, then you will become as client of Facebook. In case if you are accessing Gmail, then you are the client of Gmail. Like that. So we have many websites. Okay. So if you are accessing any website, at the time of accessing that website, what the client side script that website contains, that original code downloading into our browser. Okay, and it executes in our browser. Is it clear? The client side script executes where? In the browser. Is it clear? Yes. Now, if you take JavaScript, React, Angular, all these technologies comes under client-side scripts. Okay. So JavaScript, React, Angular, all this comes under client-side scripts. Huh? That is the concept of this. So according to the execution location, so we are calling some scripts as client-side scripts and some scripts as server-side scripts. So the client-side script executes in browser. Okay. Yes. So server-side script means, okay, just executes in web server. So see, the server-side script executes in web server. So at the time of calling a website, if the web page contains any server-side script, so it executes in server only. After that, the result is downloading into browser. Like that, we have these two types of scriptings. First one is client-side script, and second one is server-side script. Okay, yes. So if you take just these technologies like PHP, ASP, JSP, Node, all this comes under server-side scripts. Okay, yes. So React.js is an open source free client-side scripting language. Okay, we are using this React.js to implement the dynamic websites. That is the main point of this. Is it clear? Yes. What the reason to use this? To implement dynamic websites. Okay. Fine. Now, the next thing, what we can do with the client-side scripts. Okay. Which type of functionalities we can implement with the client-side scripts. So that concept we are discussing now. Before that, react.js implemented by. So who implemented this react.js? Okay. Yes. It is implemented by Jordan Wardy in the year 2013. So officially they started development and some concepts they implemented in 2011, but full-fledged version is released in 2013. So Jordan Walkie and his team implemented this React.js. So what the main reason behind this implementation? Actually, this Jordan Walkie is the employee of Facebook, okay? And to work with the chat concept of Facebook. In Facebook, we have chatting concept, right? To work with the chat concept of Facebook, he implemented this React.js the year 2030. Okay, later they released this React as free software. Then outers also started using this React in their website development. Like that, these days, many websites like Instagram, Flipkart, Apple.com, okay, like that in many websites it contains React.js. Okay, yeah. So here in website, client-side development point of view, in old days, programmers used to work with JavaScript, and these days, programmers using the next level technologies in JavaScript like React, Angular. Okay, but in these two, many programmers are working with the React. So React, Angular, if you take these two technologies, if you compare these two technologies, many programmers are working with that React. So that is the concept. Okay. So this React.js is maintaining by Facebook Corporation. Yes. Who maintains this React.js? Yeah, Facebook Corporation. Now, if you take client-side scripts, what the reason to use the client-side scripts? Yeah. That is very important because I told you two types of scriptings we are using at the time of development the website. First one is client-side script. Second one is server-side script. Now, the main question is why we are using the client-side scripts? What the reason behind this? And why we are using server-side scripts? That we need to discuss. Because in entry point of view, definitely they will ask you, what is client-side script? What is the purpose of this client-side script? Okay, and what is server-side script? So client-side script we are using to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. At the first point, you can say this client-side script we are using to apply the dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. Yeah. So if you take the HTML controls, the HTML controls are static controls. Okay. Yes. By default, the HTML controls are static controls. You want to convert them as dynamic controls, then we are using this client-side scripts. First of all, here the question will rise, what is static and what is dynamic? Yeah. So static means at the time of design development, so what are the properties we are providing? With the properties, the control will load in the browser. Okay. With the properties. What are the properties we are providing? With those properties, the control will load into browser. Once the control loaded in browser, we cannot change the properties. That is static. Dynamic means, so we are able to change the properties after loaded into browser also. That is dynamic. Like that, we have these two types. First one is static. Second one is dynamic. Okay. Yes. Now, for your more clarity, one program I will create and show you. So simple one HTML program I'm creating. So don't try to understand this. See the result. In my browser, I have some images. Apple.jpg, pineapple.jpg, all.jpg like that. Now here, img source is equal to apple.jpg and width is equal to 100 pixels. I've taken the image control and source I have given. What the source of this image? Apple.jpg. And width of the image is 100 pixels. I have given. Like this, I have taken that image. Okay, yes. Now, this is demo.html. Okay, now, just this file I created on the browser desktop. So at the time of development, we have given two properties. So I think image extension is not JPG, JPG. I have JPG images. Okay. Now you can see this is one image. It is loaded in browser now. Right? Yeah. This image is loaded in browser. Now the thing is here, I want to change the source of this image, or I want to change the width of this image at runtime. Runtime means when it is loaded in browser, okay, later I want to change these properties. By default, it is not possible. Is it clear? So by default, it is not possible to change the properties because thing is, HTML is static. So what the properties are given here, using those properties, it is loaded in browser. Okay, after that, you want to change the properties, it is not possible to change the properties. Is it clear? But with the support of JavaScript, we can change these properties. So not only JavaScript, with the support of any client-side script. Okay. Yeah, my requirement is, for example, if user click on the image, I want to display, yeah, one more image is there, that is all.jpg. Yes, now we can see all.jpg. That image I want to display. When user click on that control. Is it clear? Then how can I apply this? So just I'm writing a small code for this. So don't try to understand. SRC. Yes, here I'm taking the support of JavaScript. Not only JavaScript, you can use this React, Angular, any technology. The on click is equal to, okay. So I'm changing the source of this image. For the new source, all.jpg I have given. Now refresh it and if I click on this, so we are getting that all.jpg. That image, it is clear. Yes. Like that, the point is here. The point is, what are the images, not all images, what are the HTML controls we are using in browser? Those HTML controls properties, okay, we can't change once the control is loaded. But with the help of client-side scripts like JavaScript or any other technology, we can change those properties. So that is the concept of this. Yes? Yeah. Is this clear? Any questions you have? Okay. So that's the first point. Why we are using that uh, client-side technologies. Second point, if you observe, to work with validations. We want to work with the validations. In this point of we are taking the support of this one. Yes. I want to check the text box is empty or not. Password, retype password, matching or not. These type of validations I want to perform. Then also take the support of JavaScript or any other client-side script. So here we're discussing where we are using the client-side technologies, which type of functionalities we can implement with these client-side technologies. Okay. So that concept we're discussing. Next one here, to execute logics. What are the logics we are implementing with the client-side scripts? Those logics execute in browser. Okay. I told you already this point. And server-side script logics execute where? In web server. Yes. Yeah. Here the point is, so what are the logics we are implementing? Those logics execution happens in client-side script. That's where the performance is fast. Because in client system, in browser, those logics execute. Okay. So the due to that, the performance is very, very fast. You got it? Yes. So you are implementing EMI calculation. Okay. Yes. In that EMI calculation, user will enter principal amount. Okay. Principal amount and tenure. How many months that tenure user will enter. Based on the principal amount and tenure, we need to calculate the EMI. Is it clear? Yes. So how to calculate that one? So for that, some logic is there. That logic you can implement by using either client-side script or server-side script. But what the benefit if you implement with client-side script? It executes in browser. That's why immediately client can see the result. So that is the main benefit. In case same logic, if you implement with server-side script, where it executes in web server, so it takes some time so to get the response because request is going to the server and response is coming back to the browser. For this request and response process, it takes some time. So that's why most of the logics in website development we are using with client-side technologies. Is it clear? So most of the logics we are implementing with client-side technologies. That is the main point. Yes. So because the result of client-side technologies is very faster than the result of server-side technologies. And next one, to work with Ajax. Yeah, Ajax is very important concept. Okay. So you want to work with the Ajax, then also we are taking the support of this client-side scripts. Okay. So I will show you how to work with Ajax by using react.js and how to call the API services of Java .NET, a Node, like that. We will discuss these programs. So in that point of view, also we are taking the support of client-side scripts. Yeah. So these are the main reasons why we are using the client-side technologies. So definitely in interviews, if you are attending any interview with this React, not only React, any client-side script like Angular or etc., then definitely they will ask you, okay, which type of functionalities so we can implement with these technologies. Very clear. That is common question they will ask. Yeah. First one to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. Dynamic means changing the properties of HTML controls at runtime. That concept we're calling is dynamic functionality. Next one to work with the validations. Validations point of view we are using. Now, next one to execute some logics where in browser and to work with the agile concept. Like that in this area. Okay. This point of view, we're taking the support of these technologies. Okay. Now, what are the features we have in this React.js? So we discussed what is React.js and history, who implemented this React.js, and where we are using these technologies, React.js or any other client-side scripts. Okay. So these points we discussed. Now we are going to discuss what are the features we have in this React.js. Okay. Yes. Now, features of React. Yeah. So definitely you may have one doubt. Already JavaScript is there. Okay. Angular is there. Then why we should use the React.js? What are the benefits we have in the React.js compared with these technologies? Okay. So those points we're discussing. So till now, we discussed what is React.js and which type of concepts we can implement with React.js. Okay, that point we discussed. And history of the React. Now, what are the features we have in this React.js? First, I am discussing what are the features we have compared with the JavaScript. Okay. So now React supports, okay, data binding. Yes. First point, I'm starting with data binding. So here it supports data binding. What is data binding? Data means variable. So variables we can bind with the HTML controls. The benefit is what are the values changing in that variable. So those values will update automatically on HTML control. That is the benefit of this. Is it clear? Yes. So it supports data binding concept. So a small picture I will show you. For example, here one variable is there. Serial number is equal to right. Okay. Now this is one text box. This text box I want to display the serial number. In that point of view, just we are executing some code logic. In that logic, we are reading the variable value and displaying that value in the text box control. So here we are displaying 100. So any technology you take, so we are implementing some code to call the variable value and display on the HTML control, right? Yes. Now the thing is, if I modify this variable value from 100 to 200, some changes I'm using here. Okay, that variable value I'm changing as 200. Then again, we need to rerun this code to get the updates and change it as 200, right? Yeah. So like that, every time, whenever the variable is modifying, we need to execute this code to get the updates. So that is the point of this. But so actually, this is a time-taking process, and as a programmer, we need to concentrate everywhere. Okay, so where the variables are updating and call those variables. So to avoid that one, we are working with this data binding. What is that? Data binding. In this data binding, yes. So we are directly binding a variable with HTML control. Directly binding a variable with the HTML control. So that is the concept of data binding. Means we are creating a link between the variable and HTML control. What the main purpose of that link? Yes. So without executing this code, okay, what are the modifications we are performing in this variable? Those will affect on the HTML control. That is the main concept. Okay. Yeah. So what are the modifications we are performing on the variable? Those modifications will affect on the HTML control. So as a programmer, you need not worry about the calling variable and displaying on the HTML control. Okay. For example, tables are there. Okay. So we are performing insert, delete, update like the different functionalities. So, but no need to worry about these operations because when you perform any operation, it updates automatically on the output. Okay, it updates automatically on the output. So this is the concept of data binding. Yes, yeah. So React supports data binding. How to work with this data binding that I will discuss. Next one here supports single page application. Yes. So it also supports single page application. Yes. What is single page application? I will show you that. Very, very important. So not only React, Angular also supports these two concepts. Okay. Why this technology is popular? Okay. So because of this reason, two reasons. One is data binding. Another one is single page application. These are the reasons. Yes. Now, yeah. What is single page application? For example, you are developing one website. In that website, many pages we are creating. Home page, about us, contact us, like that. You are creating the many pages. Now, this is home page, and this is about us, and like that, we have different pages. Now, this is the browser. I'm sending a request to the server. Then, first of all, the home page is loading here. And we have the hyperlinks for this. Okay. This is about page and contact page. Yeah. Now, if I click on this about us, then one more request is going to the server and that about is loading. If I click on the contact, one request is going to the server, then that contact is loading. Like that, what is happening every time one request is going to the server and getting the response. So like that, if user click on any hyperlink, the request is going to the server Okay. Many users work with the website. So every time many requests are going to the server, so it increases the traffic on the network, server network. So that's why the performance will decrease. Yes, it increases the traffic on the network server. So that's why what is happening, the performance will decrease. To avoid this, okay, so these technologies coming with single page application concept. So this is very, very important. And we are spending around 8 to 9 days with this concept, single page application. Yes. So what is the benefit of the single page application now? The benefit is nothing but, so we are not sending a request every time, because when we are sending the first request, first of all, in this single page application concept, we are creating one object. That object we are calling as a router object. Yes. That object we are holding all these templates like home, about, contact link. When we send the first request, then entire that object is loading into the browser. Okay. In that browser, we are storing that all pages. Means all these templates are loading in browser cache memory location. Yes. If user click on the about, okay, then it is loading from here. If user click on the contact, it is loading from here. Means from second request onwards, no need to send anything to the server. Okay, yes. Second time onwards, we need not send any request to the server, because everything is loaded in browser. From browser directly, we can access. So this is the concept of this. Yes. Yeah. Yes. This is about the single page application concept. Okay. Yes. So only first time we are sending the request, what are the templates we are creating in the website? All these templates loading and storing in the browser's cache memory location. Okay. Next time onwards, we are directly calling those templates from the client's cache memory location. So this concept we are calling as single page application concept. Okay. Yes. So here only we will discuss what is the authentication, how to work with the authentication, and how to work with authorization, like that. All these concepts we'll discuss in this point of view. Okay. Yes. So that is the main concept of this. Yes. Yeah. So is this clear? Any doubts? Okay. So I will discuss how to work with the single page application. Okay. God's concept, router gods, and in shopping cart application. So add to cart, these type of concepts we are implementing with the support of the single page application. So it supports that concept here. So this is very, very important. Okay. I will spend around 1 week to 9 days to discuss about this. Next one here, so valid. So it is supporting number of predefined validators. Yes. Is it clear? Yeah. These validators we are using to check the controls are valid or invalid. So controls contain the valid data or invalid data. So like that, these things we can check here. Supports many type of validators. So in JavaScript, we need to check each and every condition in validation pointer. We need to write some code, lines of code. But here, no need to write the code. We can use the predefined validators. That is the main purpose. Okay. Yes. Next one. supports JSX format. Yeah. So if you observe, Angular also supports data binding single page application. In Angular, we have many validators, but JavaScript not supporting these three. Okay. Yet Angular supports these three, but Angular is not supporting JSX format. Only React.js support this JSX. So JSX stands for what? So JavaScript XML. Okay, JSX full form is JavaScript XML. So means we can combine JavaScript and HTML, these two codes. That is the advantage of JSX. It is clear. So what the purpose of JSX? We can combine so HTML and JavaScript code. That is the main purpose of JSX. In this point of, we are taking the support of this JSX. Is it clear? Yes. So for example, some code you are executing, that logic result you want to display on HTML control. Generally, we are writing code and HTML controls, okay, separately. So, and we are calling the HTML controls from that code after execution to display the result. That is the procedure. But in this point of view, we can combine these two. Okay, yes. So what are the logics we are implementing here? Those logics result directly you can display on the HTML control. That is JSX. Yes. Yes. So that is the main point of this. Next one supports virtual DOM. Yes. This is also not there in Angular. Okay, this is very special feature we have in this React.js. What is that? Virtual DOM. What is virtual DOM and where we are using this virtual DOM? Okay, yes. See, so I will discuss what is virtual DOM and what is the mechanism of virtual DOM. So later, so it is one object in memory. So because of this virtual DOM, the performance of React application is a bit faster than Angular. Okay. So the performance of React application is a bit faster than Angular. A small introduction I will give you about this. For example, one HTML page you are designing with the controls like image control you are taking and one input control you are using like this. With these controls, okay, you are creating one HTML page. Okay. Yes. Now the thing is here, when you load that page, first of all, in RAM, one object is creating. So that object we are calling as DOM object. Okay, yes. It maintains the controls of this HTML page, like image for image, one object it is creating. For input text box, one object. Okay. If you take any other controls, for this controls, one object it is creating. Where RAM it is creating this object. So this object we are calling as DOM object. What is that? DOM. Based on the controls, okay, so in memory location, one object is creating. Now later in the browser, okay, display the controls like, so this is image and this is text box, like they display the controls. Now, if you change any property of this controls, so in previous example, I changed the source of this control, image control, or if you change the text of this text box, then those updates will store in this DOM. What are the changes we are doing on the browser? Those changes will store in the DOM. So that time DOM is updating, right? How the DOM is updating? Again, it is recreating with the updates. Okay. Yes. What are the updates we are performing here? So with these updates, the DOM is recreating. Actually, I have 100 controls. I modified only one control. I updated only one control. But entire DOM, all these 100 controls are reloading. That is the main concept. Okay. Yes. To avoid this, unnecessary reloading. This technology is coming with this virtual DOM concept. What the role of this virtual DOM? Yes. So which control you are changing? So this virtual DOM is identifying that control. Only that update modification is performing on the original DOM. So that is the concept. So what the control you are modifying, only that control it is updating on the original DOM. Yes. So this is the concept of virtual DOM. So instead of recreating the DOM again and again, okay, only that patchwork it is updating on the DOM with the support of virtual DOM. Okay. So the original DOM is not recreating again and again. So this is the concept of this. Okay. Yeah. React is a bit faster than Angular because it supports this virtual DOM concept. That is the main reason of this. Yes? Yeah. Next one. Supports many services. Yes, services we are using for functional point of view. So, yeah, I will explain you in detail programmatically what this virtual DOM. Okay. So just remember one point. So virtual DOM is nothing but one object in the memory RAM. Okay, so this virtual DOM is taking the care of updates. So what are the updates we are performing in the browser? Those updates, it is updating on the original DOM, real DOM. So it is a middle layer between the real DOM and browser. Is it clear? Yes. So it is just like a middle layer between the real DOM and browser. And what are the updates we are performing on the browser? Those updates will affect on the DOM. That is the main. So those updates it is applying on the original DOM. Okay, in Angular, we don't have this middle layer. So that's why even if you modify one control, entire real DOM is reloading. So it takes some time. But in React, this middle layer they are providing. So instead of reloading this entire DOM, so only that patchwork it is updating on the original DOM. That is the main concept. Next one supports many services. Services we are using in functional point of view. So different types of services it is supporting for us. Okay, different types of services. I will show you what the services we have. Everything we will discuss. Next one, React Native. Yes, we can use to implement mobile applications. So React.js for the website development and React.js plus native. If you learn this native, okay. So that is for mobile application development. Yes. So that's the main point of this. Is it clear? Yes. So React Native we are using to develop mobile apps. So not only websites, we can also develop the mobile applications if we have idea on this React.js. In website for designing, we are using HTML. Okay. In React Native, so to create the mobile components means that pages, mobile screens, we are using native. Okay, this technology we are using. But coding is common in both web and mobile. We are using the React coding. So that is common. Like the React Native, we can use to implement mobile applications. So that is the main point of this. Is it clear? Yes. So this is one more advantage. But here we are discussing website development only, not mobile development. Okay. And next one, React supports. Okay. So packages to work with Redux. Redux is a state container, so means state management object. You are new for the state management, some people. So state management means so the data one page we can easily transfer to another page. That's the concept of state management. So here the thing is the purpose of this Redux is so for example login page information I want to access from welcome page or okay. So cart page information I want to access from bill page. In that point of view, take the support of Redux. So generally, in other technologies, we are using cookies, sessions, etc., etc. Okay, but in this React.js, we can use Redux. Redux is third-party tool. So React is providing direct functionality. Okay, to work with the Redux means direct package to work with the Redux. So Redux is more flexible than cookies, sessions, etc. So I will discuss with you how to work with the Redux and all. Okay. Next one here, simple coding. This is the main point. So JavaScript coding is so huge coding we need to implement to work with the concepts. But React is simple coding and it is providing many features like I told you, single page application, data binding, etc. etc. These type of all features are available here. So these are the main advantages what we have in this React.js compared to JavaScript. Okay. And if you compare with the Angular, so we have JSX support is there and virtual DOM is there and direct library to work with the Redux and mobile application point of view. Native packages it is supporting for us directly. We can use the React Native. Like that, we have these type of advantages. Okay. So this is about this concept. I hope you understand these points. So practically we'll discuss okay, all these concepts. Along with that, many other features we have. Okay, so these are the basic things which we discussed. Okay, so we need to discuss programs based on this and other concepts also. Okay, yes, relevant concepts. So these are the main features. Next, we need to discuss how to install this React.js and how to start working on that. And some seems like some people are added today. Okay, so for them, this message. So this is running batch. Okay, in this batch already JavaScript is completed. I am starting React from today. Okay, yes. So those who are coming today first class, you can continue with this and JavaScript you can attend parallelly. Okay, I will give you that time schedule so you can attend that JavaScript parallelly. Okay, yes. So once again, I'm repeating. So those who are coming today first class for them. So it seems like so some students are there, two students like that. So this is a running batch. Okay, in this batch, I will discuss the JavaScript concepts. For you also, I will discuss the JavaScript concepts. So you are attending from React.js. So how to cover the JavaScript concept? So my admin person will discuss with you regarding that. Okay. And next point, we are discussing the React concepts like functional components as well as class components. React support this components concept. And the life cycle hooks are there. Those life cycle hooks, data binding, and server-side API services we are calling. Okay. And bootstrap integration. Okay. Like that. So many concepts are there. So it will take 45 days to discuss these concepts. Okay. Yes. So next point, I'm sharing you that Google Drive access. Okay. So for recordings as well as programs. Okay. You can access those things. Fine. Yeah. So if new persons have any doubts, you can contact the management or you can ask me now. Okay. Or else later you can contact the management about this. Yeah. So any other questions you have in this point of view? So let next class we'll discuss how to install the React.js and how to work with the React.js. Okay. So same link will continue up to 4 days, 4 to 5 days. After that, link will change. Okay. Yes. So any questions from your side? Just we discuss what is React.js. That's all. What are the features we have? These points we covered. No doubts, no queries. Yeah. So I told you, okay, I told you. So this is overview I have given. Okay. So practically I will show you what is the virtual DOM and how it is working, everything. Okay. So just virtual DOM till then that time you remember one point. Virtual DOM is a middleware between the original DOM and browser. So the role of virtual DOM is what the modifications we're performing on the browser controls. Okay, means text box or image or etc. So this virtual DOM is updating those modifications on the real DOM. So that is the basic concept. So how it is updating and what are the differences we have with other technologies in this point of view and how it is increasing the performance. So that we will discuss in components point of view. So I will discuss the components, okay, in that point of view. So how to get the component and how virtual DOM is updating this component. Everything we'll discuss. Okay. So I hope you got some clarity about this. What is React.js? So in next class, we'll discuss the next concept. Okay. So that is installation process and basic structure of the React application. What are the files by default? So it is providing once you create the new React project. So these steps we'll discuss one by one. Okay. Fine. See you tomorrow class. Thank you.